In the last video, we stopped here. We looked at the jobs. Now we go in what's inside the jobs, meaning the inspections. We're gonna have to look at their view and the details. So let's start with the view by clicking here on the sidebar, inspections. And obviously again, here there's just a handful because it's a development environment, but we switch for a second to the production environment. We have a look at this. Obviously here there are much more inspections, but more information. So it's gonna take some time to load. And here we have some time filters. So we can either see all of them, or most likely we want to see today's inspections. And we see all of them, tomorrow's, the current week, or the current month. If we want, we can also click on custom range, and we're just gonna pick exactly the range of the inspection that we want to see. Just by clicking here, just a normal calendar, as you would do with, looking for a flight, and you will be able to see the inspection filter by time range. But let's stick to today, for instance. Here you can filter by inspector, by client, by inspector itself, by vendor, or just put the notification number. If we want more filters, you click here, and you have also the report status or the activity results. One thing that you notice here is that there's this button, Export Clients, that basically is going to enable you to export all the list with all the inspections in Excel format. And here you can either export the last month or a custom range. And again, here it works exactly like the other one, like just a time picker. And you select the range, and it's gonna export all the inspections as seen here, but in Excel format in that defined range. Billing, we're gonna see it in a second. It's most likely less important because it needs some work, and it's more for administrative roles rather than coordinators. But we're gonna see very quickly at the end of this video. So again, here we have our inspections filtered. Let's say that we want to edit something for tomorrow, and we switch back to the development environment so that we don't make a mess. So tomorrow there is one inspection for this inspector, and we want to edit something. If we want to edit the report status or the activity results, for instance, if the inspector sent us the report and we want to quickly edit the status, we can just do it here. So for instance, the inspectors has issued the report, or we sent the report to the client. You just can do it by clicking here. Same for the activity result. So you can pick the result of the activity is satisfactory, good, done. Obviously, this is in the future, so it doesn't make any sense, but it's for you to understand. And here, as you can see, we have this little icon here, like the down arrow, and you can click here, and you're gonna have two options. You can open the job, meaning we can open the respective job and be taken to the job of which this inspection is related, or we can copy, meaning we duplicate again as per the same feature in jobs. In this case, we just want to have a look at the details. And here we're gonna be prompted with a lot of information, obviously, but it's pretty straightforward, so bear with me. The first one is this block, which is the most important, which is the main info, the core info of the inspection. So who's the inspector? Again, we can change it. We can select this and have another inspector in the receipt. And these obviously are very important statuses, meaning the status of the report. So it's issued or it's sent. If it's sent, when it has been sent by you, the coordinator, to the client. So for instance, right, I sent it and I sent it on this date. Activity result, as you can see, it has changed accordingly to the change that I've done in the card just a minute ago. Country vendor, same, notes. And here are two important fields, description and details and activity address, because these are fields that are gonna be seen by inspectors when they open this inspection in the app. So inspectors have an app, and we're gonna see in another video, like a companion app, which is going to enable them to see what kind of inspections do they have in the near future, and to perform some actions. And if you want to tell them something, to write some notes, you have to write them here. So I'm just gonna put something random, and the inspectors is going to be able to see that, and we're gonna see in another video. Another one is the address. Again, this is going to be useful because the inspector with the app, it can open his favorite navigation application, meaning, I don't know, Waze, Google Maps, Apple Maps, and it's going to be able to directly put the address, given that obviously what is put here is correct. So now it's done. And here on the right side, we have more conditional information. So something that you don't need to see all the time. But first, before going here, let's finish this. Here you have the tab with the dates. So you have one or more dates. Again, you can add more. And eventually you have the quality, which is something that is used less frequently. But if there were any problems with the inspection, here is where you can notify that. So there was a problem, what kind of problem, when it has been resolved, by whom it has been resolved. So all this kind of information. Here on the right, though, we have the statuses of the inspection here on the top right. And here is where you can see what the inspector is doing. So basically, has he checked in? Has he checked out? And it's something, again, that will be performed with the application, or the general statuses of the inspection. So is the assignment been sent? And we're going to see it in a second. Is the report been sent? And this can be changed by clicking here on the report status. And this assignment confirmation is something that you perform by clicking here on the actions and events that we're going to see in a second. First, on the billing. Here you can just change the status of the billing of the inspection. So it's either waiting, it's to emit, or emitted, active and passive. Actions and events is something that is very important. For instance, here you have quick buttons, quick actions that will enable you to perform automatic actions. In this case, you can send automatic emails from a template. And in this case, this one is the confirmation to the inspector. If we click here, we see that there is the timestamp of when you last sent this one. If I click again, it's gonna update. And if we go to the email that the inspector is gonna be receiving, is this template. So with all the information about the inspector, the rates that we put before, the link to fill the timesheet when they're going to be done. But the most important thing is that they can click here, confirm assignment for acceptance. And when they do, now it's confirmed. When they do, if we come back here, we open it, you see that assignment confirmation has been done. And this is when they did it. So you have a confirmation also here, you can see, of when they clicked on that button, so that you know exactly when they confirmed the assignment and that they actually did confirm the assignment. Another one you can do is send a confirmation to vendor and the client. We click here, again, timestamp. We go to this mailbox, which basically is catching all the emails. Obviously, you see them here because it's just for testing, but otherwise it would be received by the client and by the vendor. And basically that's the one that they're gonna get. So we confirm that this inspector on this date is going to go to this vendor to perform notification X and Y. Obviously, that's very important that the email of the vendor and the client are correct. So that something I was mentioning in the previous video, you have to put the correct email. And if you want to change it, you have to go to settings, and we're going to see in another video. This feature will probably going to change, so you will have more freedom to send the email. So you will be able to pick and input the emails to whom you want to send this this notification, this confirmation. But as for now, it takes the emails from the one that you put and you associate to the client and vendor. Last is a reminder for the inspector if they don't send a report in the expected time. So it's just a little poke. Again, timestamp, and the inspector receives this email with, all right, we're still waiting for your report related to this job done in this date to this vendor for this client. So very easy. Past activities, you will have the results of the activities, the check-in and check-out of past days. So if there were more days here, you will see something here, but since there's just one day, there's no past activities, you won't see anything here. Rates, again, that's the rates that we put when we created the inspection that we can obviously change or add. And finally, docs. Here you can upload all the documentation related to the inspection and the report of previous inspection activities if you want. So let's just open one. I guess this one has something. There you go. So this is the way you're going to be seeing it. If you want to add, you just have to, again, drag and drop or click here, and you're going to be prompted with the file picker. I won't be doing that, but I want to show you what happens here. So you have the date in which you uploaded the file name, and this visibility column means that you can select. By default, it's going to be toggled, and it's going to be checked, and it means that it's visible to the inspector with the inspection mobile application. If for whatever reason you don't want this document to be visible, maybe because it's a sensible document, a financial document that you want to have associated to this inspection, but you don't need the inspector to see, you just untoggle it, and now it's going to be invisible for them. And again, you toggle, and it's going to be visible. You can view, you can download, you can delete. If you want to delete more, you just select more, and you can obviously delete all of them altogether. If it's a report, you just click here, same thing. And this is about it for the inspections. One other thing that you didn't see, but you probably realized, here the inspector downloaded docs was missing in the inspection that we saw, which is this one. There we go. Why? Because if we had to upload some documents here, a link will be added to this confirmation email. That now, where is that? There we go. There will be a third bullet point with the ability for the possibility for the inspector to download the documents, and you will be able to see exactly when they downloaded the documents. But since we send this without having any documents uploaded, they won't see it, so there's no link to the download, and there is no confirmation of the download. So that's basically why we don't have this row field. And this is basically it for inspections. Again, here you have complex drawer. That's how this thing is called, with all the information that you may want to add to this inspection and associate with these inspections. These are the core information. These are information that are going to be seen. This one and this one is going to be seen by the inspector. These are general statuses, billing, actions and events. You can send emails, automated emails with this, past activities if there were any, rates, docs, so any kind of documentation of the reports. And here in the inspections, you can filter by time or by any one of these information. As promised, we're going to go very fast through billing. So billing is something that needs some work, so it's probably not going to stay like this in the long run. But basically here you can change the status of the emission. And again, here you still have the details, but they are filtered by the status of the invoice. Potentially, you can just by clicking here, you can decide when the work is done to change the status of all the active and passive invoices in a given time for one specific client. For instance, this one, last month, preview. Okay, there's no inspections available, but if there were, let's try with another one. I'm not sure if we're gonna be. All right, so you can say, all right, of all these inspections for all the clients last month, just update all to whatever, a status in the active or passive invoicing. Because this is usually a job that is done once a month. So once it has been done for all of them, you can change all of them in one go. And this is it for inspections. And next video, we're gonna see very quickly HCM and how they differ from other inspections and jobs. And lastly, we're gonna see the live activities and the settings. And in the live activities, we're also going to have a quick look at the inspector's application.